Hi, I have an update on my health. And so if you want to know, keep listening. But first, let's review. 2 years ago, I found out that I had a birth defect, and it was basically a huge hole in my diaphragm, and two of my organs were attached to my heart and lungs. And so my organs were quite scrambled. So the surgeon unscrambled them. It was a very long, difficult, and unusual surgery, according to the surgical notes. So I got a surgeon to use adjectives, my body did. I did not scramble my organs. Anyways, so that was a very intense surgery, and I have had pain ever since then. A few weeks ago, I found out that the Gore-Tex patch that they put on my diaphragm tore. And I've already been in so much pain these past 2 years. It really devastated me. And I was beside myself with grief, honestly. And then, as you know, I've been having a lot of pain. I actually kind of stopped talking about it several months ago because it's been too long. It's just been too long for me to talk about it, is how I felt. So I stopped talking about it on social media. But anyways, so the pain has been on the right side of my body, like from my waist up to my face on the right side. And it's been moderate to severe to debilitating, which severe is debilitating. I don't have any stamina. This is how I've been explaining it to my family recently. I was like, imagine the worst storm you've ever been through, like outside, and take all of that energy and put it inside of one half of one part of your body. And then every time you go outside to go to work, you start your car, and sometimes it starts and sometimes it doesn't. Either way, you have to get to work. So you strap yourself to your car and drag your car to work. So by the time you get to work, you don't want to be at work. You're exhausted and in a lot of pain. And then you have to stay at work, or you do by your own strength and grace of God. And then you have to take it home. And I don't know if it's going to start or not. That's kind of how it's been every single day for 2 years, 1 month, and 2 days. And of course, I've had good days and bad days. Yesterday was a good day. Anyways, so I went to the neurologist. I've been to like 15, 20 doctors. 20 doctors trying to figure out why I've been hurting. There were several surgeons that wouldn't even talk to me because of my BMI. So fat discrimination is real. And I was with this neurologist. I was describing all of my symptoms. She kept writing them down and asking me more questions. And then she said, what you're describing is thalamic pain syndrome. And I didn't really hear her. She said it really fast. But in my spirit, I knew that I had a diagnosis. And I told her later in the conversation that hundreds of people had been praying for this moment. And I thanked her. So she didn't really say much about what that was. And then she kept doing the thing where she was reading and saying, this isn't coming from your spine, this is coming from your brain. And then she said, let me go look at your brain, because I had an MRI of my brain. So she went to go look at that. And I had this catharsis. And I, of course, picked up my phone and Googled thalamic pain syndrome. And I began to read about it, and it all sounded very familiar. And it's actually, so anyways, she came back in the room, and she said, you could read that MRI as normal, but there is a difference between your right and your left thalamus. So what happened was I had a stroke. It was probably during the surgery, because it was 5.5 hours and they had to put me under twice. It could have been shortly after, But it has been this whole time that I've been feeling the pain. So it's rare, which for some reason really upsets me, I guess, because like, just like with the Morgagni hernia, I haven't had a chance to really dig into like other people's experiences. And the same thing with this. So there is treatment, but it's rare. So it hasn't had a huge study. And it's actually not called thalamic pain syndrome anymore. It's called central pain syndrome or central post-stroke pain syndrome. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know how I got out of there alive. I don't know how I got out of there with all of my faculties. I can still work and move and act and memorize lines, and I think that is a miracle. But, of course, I am in pain, and it will be forever. Well, not forever, until I die. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that now you know, and I've gotten it off my chest, and so that's really good. I wanted to thank you for all of your prayers and love. This has definitely been the hardest year of my life, by far, but it's also broken open a lot of beauty, and it's been a catalyst for a lot of good change. And so that's encouraging. And so, and now I want to pray. So that's what I'm going to do. Father, I thank you for all of the people that you have blessed me with, all of the love, all of the care and joy. I pray that this diagnosis would lead to more glory for you. I pray that the pain would be for your glory. And of course, if you want to heal me, then go right ahead. I know that you can. And I pray that I can show others your love, and that is my goal. I pray that your words be my words, and that your truth be my truth. In Jesus' name I pray. Love you. Thank you.